Alright, so we've got our major chords that passing them through the warp. We've got our root shape, we've got our first inversion, we've got our second inversion. Okay, we just did the root in the previous part. We did the root and pushed it up there. So this is why there's an arrow going up. Okay, my mouse didn't want to go up. It went to one side of the other. Now there's just two of these arrows just to show that the whole thing's going up. Okay, if you can imagine lifting something, you know, you're going to lift it with 2 points. You're going to lift it and it's going to lift. It's not going to tip. So don't do that with a stool. Don't sit on something with only 2 legs. So except if you're, you know, doing one of them yoga poses. Anyway, so here's first inversion now. So we've got root. Now first inversion. The first thing I thought was, where is that chord? I want to know where it is. Well, it turns out it's in G. Starting from the second string, it's in a G. And that is in, so here's the root in G. Here's the second in G. Alright? Okay? So it's right in there. It's always been in there all along. That first inversion's been in your G chord all along. I'm just going to capo it because my fingers, I want to play the chord really good. Okay, that's where that first inversion is. So, that's where that chord lives. Or now, similar chords are in other places. I mean, anywhere you make a G shape, you know, down here, a regular G. Okay, I can hardly hold it down. So there we have the first inversion. Now, it gets interesting here when we talk about what are we going to do with the first inversion. Now the arrows, we're going to take them to the right. Alright, so if I push this pattern through the tuning warp, it's going to go beep that way, right? So the first string going through is going to be this shape. That shape, and you're just like, wow, what is that shape? What is that shape? Well, as it turns out, in the just can't push a pattern through in the same part of the keyboard, of the fretboard. So we would have to find an E on the third string. Here's one right here. Now what happens when we try to play our first inversion here? Uh-oh. Gotta hit the tuning warp. There you go. And the question is, that looks familiar. Where have I seen a 5 and a root there? Where have I seen a root there, one off the bar, finger bar, or the fretboard? That's your C shape. Aha. Aha. Okay, happy days. I don't want to go into the G. And then it changes chords, but not keys. But right now we're just sticking to everything happening in the same key, and in the same chord actually. This is all the same chord, root 3-5. Could be in any key. When you want to do it, you can do it in E. That's why I don't have any colors on here. There's just numbers. So we've put it through there. We got our C shape. Alright. Let's put it through there again. We'll warp 2 strings this time. So now I want to find, effectively to do that, we find a 3 on the 4th. I had to find a 3 on the 4th string. 3 would be E on the 4th string, would be here or here. Alright, so I have it up here. This is where you have it too. So E on the 4th string, and then we play our pattern. Now remember, the original pattern is over here. Okay, it's 3, minor 3rd, perfect 4th. Here's 3. What minor 3rd has to be warped, and then up to a perfect 4th. Now the question is, where is that wonderful little chord? It's in the E section up there, okay? So remember the E we had? The E shape, people, here's a real E. That was an E shape, see? I usually associated the E chord with just there's the root, but that was because it's second inversion. But working with the E up top here now, what was that? With the F sharp, the G sharp on the bottom. Okay, it's 3, 5 root, first inversion. First inversion right here in the pink. So that belongs to the E. So this is how we're forming all these chords. And the same thing happens up here with the D shape. And as you can see, there's 2 D shapes. Let's find it. We'll start on the E shape. This is in the key of E now. Okay. If we move that up 1, we'll warp 1 string. Now I have to find a B on the 3rd string. Oh, see, I didn't warp it. I tried the same pattern and it came out flat. You have to warp it up 1 fret, not a semitone, because musically it is what it is. Move the pattern up 1 fret. And we have this wonderful little chord here. Okay. I'm not sure exactly how to play it, but okay. 5 root 3 5. Okay, that was sorry about that. I'm playing an E for you guys now. Alright, so I'm not sure how you play that. If I capo it, I can get it. Capo the E, and then play these guys down here. This is I'm sorry, I can't seem to get that. Anyway, that is that chord up here, adding the 5th. We shouldn't even be concerned with the 5th right now. So we should be able to just go, you know. So that'd be kind of like an upstring, an upstrum. So you don't hit that one, right? If the other one was okay to hit, you just do something like this. Alright? So it's about where you put your fingers. It doesn't matter. Just don't run out of fingers. That's the rule. The golden rule. If you're going up the, piano, let's say. You just arrange it and figure it out how you would want to play that. And is it, which strings are okay. It's more, the ones you don't want to play, don't play them. So that's why it's easier to solo, because when we're soloing, so we'll try this one from the 3rd, which is the 5th. When you're soloing, you can just go. You don't have to worry about making chords. Chords aren't easy, but they're not that hard. So moving this up, warping another string, you'd find a 5 on the 4. Okay, here's a 5 on the 4. We're going to do the same pattern. Perfect 4th, perfect 3rd, perfect 4th. Doesn't work. Warp up 1. Perfect 3rd from there. There's the D-shaped C right there. Okay, but you don't have to hit all the notes.